Hello everyone, and good afternoon, and welcome back to Edgington, day 66. We're just past midday. We had a little bit of a concern with some skillybobs, and then some wolves, and pretty much everything is dead now, Dave. Oh, that one was dead. Okay, well that's good to know. I legit didn't think it was, but thank you, Sawtooth, for potentially murdering it, but either way. Right, that does get us... Ooh, 2 more animal hide, that's good. Do we have any leather tunics in stock? We do not, but we have 11 leather. Let's add 5 of those to the list. The ideal here is that we have a backlog, which then means that everyone who can wear it is wearing it, which will be good for us because that'll make it considerably better. It'll make it safer. It'll make sure everyone has, like, some armor. It's not good armor. It's not magnificent. If you're going up against a wild rider, you're probably still scuppered. But the goal is, with being on the ocean here, no one ever has to go up against a wild rider. The last person, I think, who did when they shouldn't have, was in the mines. And that was before the mines were considerably more defended than they are now. They're basically our barracks on the mainland over here. So, kind of okay. At least better. Ugh, how's our food doing? 1290. Ooh, 1300. Doing very nicely. How are we doing over here? With our digging. There we go. Okay, so we're going... Ooh, still quite a ways down that way. I like how we've got this sort of ripple effect. You can tell they were closest to one piece more than others. There's a few ores there that we could probably do with smelting up. I almost guarantee we have no iron. Okay. Consider my surprise. And let's see, we want 15 of this, I think. And then I guess from that we can make a few more bronze. And we have 4 iron ingots. Huh. Guess I need to start marking out some more iron to come in here, because we probably need more steel to make these things. Especially the steel boots. We're pretty low on boots, I feel. But, Luna, thankfully, is pretty high level. At level 20, maxed out. If Luna can't make steel, then something is deeply and dearly wrong with the world. So, kind of okay. Kind of okay. Why do we have this carpentry bench over here? Maybe we can deconstruct that. At this stage of the game, anyways. Whoop. And I don't see a resource crate over here. So we're probably gonna put one of those in, just so everyone still has access to the things that they're supposed to have access to. Fairly easy place to plonk it. It's just in this corner. Let's have a couple of them, because we have 2 blacksmiths working in here. Tool chests we can keep, because people do come in and out of here. And we're down to 23 lumber. Oh boy, I probably need to be concerned about that. Well, fortunately we have, I think, a full stock here. Yeah, I'm not seeing any trees in here that are not ready to chop down. So I think we shall. What the heck are you doing over there? Okay, there we go. Oh, is that... That's Clifton. Okay, Clifton, you want to be over here. Learning how to shoot better, good. Thank you, please. Right. Things looking pretty good today. I mean, we haven't really had any troubles. Well, we had a bunch of what could have been troubles if we hadn't had a team of people at minimum level 10 with steel armor and steel weapons and such, but we do, so it kind of wasn't a big concern. Okay, let's back to work. Do we? I swear we had 2 blacksmiths. Am I thinking of Hazar? Is that what I'm thinking of? There's Dallas. Oh, I'm a fool. I am a fool. Ah, right. Yes, I've just... It's just occurred to me. That's stonemasonry. That's blacksmithery. We don't have a... We actually don't have a, carpentry area yet. Oh! I am indeed some kind of fool. Carpentry. Here we go. Look at that there. We were just doing some reorganizing, I swear. Yeah. There you go. Sorry. Sorry. Oh, Frerin. Frerin and Bernard. Okay, so where's... My next question then is, where's Hazar? Hazar is a carpenter. Okay, right. How many carpenters do we... We have Cam, we have Hazar, and we have Frerin? 17... Level 20. Frerin's level 20, okay. Blacksmith 2. Blacksmith 1. Hazar? Also, Blacksmith 3. Huh. I'm gonna put you on blacksmithery, because we apparently only have one blacksmith right now, and that just won't do. How are we doing for... Oh yeah, we're fine for wheat. Don't need to worry about that at all. I just feel like we need more chairs. Just Margaret gradually making her way through the behemoth that is that tree farm. Hey, maybe we'll get some more trees in this other end done. Oh, looks like we've already got one. Hey! Grand! Ah. Okay, anything on the horizon for me to be concerned about before I start talking? Because Lord knows something always comes up when I'm trying to talk. It happens all the time with XCOM. There's a chicken. We're probably okay with a chicken. I think the guards can probably handle a chicken. If they need to handle a chicken. Thankfully this is not Zelda, so if they do handle the chicken, it will not invoke a deadly rain of chicken upon us. Our poor homestead. It looked like we're nearly done on some parts of this. Yeah, this part's nearly done. Probably. I'm trying to think what exactly is slowing us down. Nothing, really. We're processing it as quickly as we can here. Unless I created basically a battery farm of stonemasons to make cobblestone, I think we're good. It's probably fine. It's probably fine. Stone hoe is broken. How many offs for stone hoes? Just add 5 to the list, why not? Just to make sure everything's good. Alright, so, last time I was talking about representation, and especially how representation is not the... It's not merely the absence of exclusion, it is in fact inclusion. Active and intentional inclusion. Not necessarily making it the dominant, like, theme. Doesn't have to be, like, every single part of a particular story, but it does need to be there, or else it's not inclusion. And I mentioned, somewhat snidely, Joss Whedon, and how Joss Whedon's form of feminism was progressive in the 90s and the early 2000s, but has since fallen behind the progression of society. Which is one hell of a sentence for me to talk about. That's one hell of a sentence for me to utter when I'm talking about things I've talked about during a video game Let's Play. But, that's the kind of series this is, I guess. And I was kind of wondering, what exactly am I going to talk about for the next episode? Because we've done, like, what, 183 of these now? And I admit I'm a little low on topics. Or maybe I'm just getting old and my brain's dying. Who knows? Possibly both. So I started to wonder, and I asked Fuzz, and Fuzz suggested that I, having mentioned Joss Whedon, discuss the flaws in representation and such with regards to another popular figure of the media, as it were, that is J.K. Rowling. Now, for those of you who don't know, Joss Whedon directed, I think, 1 or 2 of the Marvel Cinematic Universe movies, as well as Firefly, which is gorgeous and I love it, Dollhouse, and Buffy and Angel, which are two monolithic kind of series at this point. J.K. Rowling did not do any of that. What she did was she was an author. I think she still is. I don't know, I don't keep up with her. Who wrote the very popular Harry Potter kind of series. And is now currently doing the Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them series. And the books are pretty dry of representation of any kind, really. You have a few female characters. Pretty much all of them end up in romances. You have a few, well, mostly male characters. They have romances, but I don't think any of them are explicit with each other. Nor with the women, for that matter. There's scant mention of ethnicity. There's scant Rowling got pretty colourful with her character description, so I'll say there's some body diversity there, but it's usually for the mind of, oh, this person was portly and that was comical. But that was fine. It was the 90s and early 2000s, so again, it was still fairly... it was okay. I wouldn't have said it was progressive at the time. But, it has since gained considerable ire, because J.K. Rowling now, I'm gonna say has a lot more time on her hands, but it might just simply be that Twitter exists, so it's easier to, like, throw in your sense on this one. But she will occasionally pop to Twitter, or some other sounding board, and she will say, something to the effect of, such and such a character in Harry Potter was always intended to be interpreted as such and such. And, okay, if true, but the slight problem is she always does it, firstly, in a manner that's she's just after brownie points. She's clawing for relevance. It's like, oh, this particular subject is at the forefront of the public attention right now. I'll hop onto, like, media and tell people, oh, hey, I totally am about that, because this character that was obscure in this story is, totally in with that group. Yes, totally. Or would have been in, like, this house, or whatever. It's just meh. Secondly, as I mentioned in the preceding video, absence of exclusion is not inclusion. So, prime and key example of this is Dumbledore. Dumbledore is the headmaster of Hogwarts, the School of Witchcraft and Wizardry in Harry Potter, is for most of the story, until he eventually passes on, because dude was old. Dude was old and got into a bunch of fights. According to Rowling, after the very last book of Harry Potter was released, long considerably after, like, Dumbledore's funeral, for even, according to Rowling, Dumbledore is gay. Dumbledore is homosexual. Dumbledore loved a bunch of dudes, including one who is kind of central to Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, which apparently is not going to be showcasing this at all. And that in itself kind of hits on the problem here. Nobody knew, because there was absolutely no indication of this throughout the entirety of the series. There was, in fact, more implication that I think it was Dumbledore's brother was into bestiality than there was of Dumbledore being gay. Think about that. There's more implication, more screen time, as it were, given to bestiality than to homosexuality. What the heck? But Rowling loves to hold this thing up as, oh well, Dumbledore was gay, as being like a crown in her I don't want to say virtue signaling, but that is basically what this is. Performative progressivism, shall we say. That's a that's a feather in the cap of her performative progressivism. And this would be great if there was the slightest hint that he'd been gay in the entirety of the series. If, like, there's mentions that he had a great fondness for Grindelwald, but it's treated very much just as, like, close friends, which is a recurring theme throughout the entire series, so why would you ever assume they were gay? Either they're gay, or every single person is, more or less. It would have been fine if he'd had, like, a passing reference, perhaps, to having a husband, or even just a boyfriend, or even just a liaison. But there isn't. There's no indication given to this, and so many people, rightfully so, got incredibly angry with Rowling when she mentioned this. When she finally revealed this. Years later. And she just sort of seems to keep doing it. Which makes people even more angry. Like, there's a popular headcanon that Hermione Granger is black. Frequently as well, that Harry Potter is of Indian descent. Ronald Weasley is pretty much always a white-skinned ginger guy. But I suppose you gotta let the white guys have one or two characters, you know, it's just sort of like tradition. And she's gone on record as supporting at least some of that, which is fine. It's not in the books. Anywhere. There's like vague implication. There's like some degree of insinuation that maybe, possibly, slightly, perhaps these things could be actually the case, but there's nothing that outright says it. And again, absence of exclusion is not inclusion. The idea that you could theoretically exist in a world is distinctly different from there are explicitly people like you in this world. Like, And then to just sort of come up after the fact and say, oh hey, totally in there. Yeah, totally. I didn't write a word about it, but it's in there. Totally. It rubs a lot of people the wrong way. And I guess I can understand that now. Like, it made sense to me then. It makes a very special kind of sense to me now. But, getting a bit dark. Is there anything roaming? Not that I can see from here, but we're in the fog. Oh, we have 6 iron. Hooray. Let's put that on smelt, shall we? I guess that's gonna be 3. Oh, don't you creepy music at me. Don't you dare creepy music at me. Leather tunic. We have, I don't think, enough for 1. Can we make any more leather? We can. Put that there. We still don't have any leather tunics on back supply here, so we're still working on that. At least we managed to find an boar, which might be like one of the first like animals we've seen spawn around here in quite some time, and I'm seeing something on the distance there. But it looks to be one of our very errant. Is that Wolfram? That's still Wolfram. Yeah, one of our very errant fishers over here. Fisher folk. Hey, Wolfram. Enjoying the peace and quiet? Don't mind me, it's just the Eye of God here. Come to take a look and make sure you're okay. Are you wearing armor? Out of curiosity. Nope, but you have 22 food on you. You definitely won't go hungry. Oh, you better come back soon. I'm surprised actually that Wolfram's, like, carry capacity hasn't tripped. What are you carrying so far? 7 out of 12. Huh. I guess food's pretty light. Okay then, come back soon, please, because I don't want you to get eaten by a spider or something. Well, actually, it's evening, so you should be going to bed soon. Yeah, you should be coming back. You should be coming back now. Are you? Yes, you are. Good! Good, Wolfram! Ugh. And who do we have over here? An S! That's one way to get a head start on any traders that come in, I guess. And yes, you're coming back too. You only have 3 on you, but you're right by the road, so that makes sense. You're probably just emptying it in. Huh. Okay. All goods. And you're up to 139 lumber now. Pretty good, pretty good. And I don't see any... Whoop. I might see a couple spots here that evidently were not fully grown. But we can just... block a few trees. There. Just to cover that. It's fine if we lose 1 or 2, because this is still going to generate a lot more. Like, we can see it's already populating here. If we had, like, somehow clicked through to those, we still would have had 1 filling in here. Not a concern. Clifton, back here. Okay, and everybody's off to sleep. So I hope you've enjoyed my rant. My continued rant about representation and progressivism and all sorts. Let me know if you have any ideas on what I should talk about in the next episode, because as I mentioned, I'm a little light on subjects. Is that somebody new or is that a guard? Hello? Oh, that's Wolfram. Wolfram's taking the roads. Okay. That's fine, that's good. Because the roads are a straight line into base, as it were. But anyways, from here in Edgington, the city on the edge, Dimmerstone 1.52. I don't think I've said that in the last couple of episodes. Oh well. Hope you all enjoyed, and I shall as ever catch you all next time.